your heart's a bit racy, you feel a bit on edge. Times that by 100 and then you'll know how a person with anxiety feels on a hangover. I do know I keep wearing this hat, but I've been ill, I haven't washed my hair in 10 days, so suck it up. I also think this jumper makes sense for this video. Let's all have a virtual hug. That does not feel the same. So I've done quite a few videos on anxiety. A lot of them have been Q&As, and I really wanted this video to, well, be a bit different, I guess. So I thought maybe it might be helpful and interesting to tell you guys about the 4 main areas that I struggled with when I had really bad anxiety. And I also wanted this video to be for those closest to us, so those people that are kind of directly affected by our kind of mental health issues. So I hope this video will help in some way. Either you're struggling right now and you can relate to what I'm just about to say, or maybe you're a friend or a family member of someone who is going through this and this might help you understand what they're going through better. I find it impossible to be coherent when I'm talking about anxiety. Right, so the first issue that I struggled with, getting angry. Now I have lost count of the amount of times that I have got really angry at a friend or one of my sisters or my parents and I didn't mean it at all, and their reaction is, calm down Emily, stop being so sensitive, I'm joking. What people need to understand that with anxiety we are secreting stress hormones all the time and our adrenaline is going in overdrive, so it doesn't take much at all to get us angry or frustrated or upset. I was angry because of the situation I was in. I was confused. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I couldn't navigate anything. I never meant to kind of, you know, hurt anyone when I had a go at them. So if you do know someone that's going through a hard time with mental health, just let them get angry. I know it's not pleasant, but by telling them to calm down and all that shit, it just makes us feel even worse. Getting tired. This was an absolutely huge one for me. Oh, you're so boring. It's only 10 PM, why are you going home? It's a Friday night. Are you joking? God, I can't tell you the amount of times I have heard people say these things to me. There is nothing more important to people who are suffering to have people around them that understand what they're going through, or at least just pretend to. It's the same result either way, I think. When you call someone boring for going home early, A, it's none of your fucking business, and B, do you think they want to be going to bed early every night? No, they'd rather that they had more energy, that they could stay out and have fun with you. But they, and I was at a stage in my life where the #1 priority was taking care of myself, and getting as much rest as I could was so yeah, still ill. Having anxiety is like being on constant high alert. Your body is basically preparing itself for a fight, so it floods it with more energy. Except of course, there is no one to fight. So when the adrenaline runs out, then goes through like a crash basically, and this can cause extreme tiredness and fatigue. I think that's so fascinating how our body reacts to stress. If only our bodies knew they were fucking us up in the long run. As I said, I went through this fatigue and exhaustion very badly. I now don't drink too much. I eat uber healthy. I have like 3 nights a week where I like to just go home and in the evening and I'll just chill, watch Netflix. Oh my god, I just said I'm Netflix and chilling by myself. Did not mean that. I also recently bought this colour therapy book, but I love colouring in. I was talking to Mum the other day and she was like, you've always loved colouring in. I was like, have I? Yeah, oh, I'll show you. One sec. It's this book, Colour Therapy, the anti-stress adult colouring book. But obviously the theory behind it is when you're colouring in, I just sat on a plate. I have a plate on my bed. Because you're just concentrating on the colouring in, like it's really therapeutic because you're not thinking about anything else. Done this one. This one. God, I feel like I'm like a child. And I'm working on this one. Anyway, I'm going majorly off topic. I really recommend this if anyone thinks that sounds nice. So yes, tiredness was a huge thing for me. Now if it's a Friday night and someone says, oh, you're going home, why are you going home? I honestly couldn't give a flying fuck. So maybe you know someone who's struggling and you're thinking about asking them why they're going home, making them feel boring. You just come back to me when you're running on about 3-4 hours sleep a night and see how much energy you have. Because I assure you, it won't be that much. A third thing I want to talk about is drinking, or not drinking in my case. Now, I've never been a huge drinker compared to my sisters and my friends. My sisters are obsessed with booze. Obsessed. So although I've never been a huge drinker, I obviously did used to drink a fair bit, I guess. But when I had a pretty bad breakdown a few years ago, I stopped drinking completely. I didn't drink for a whole year, I think. And it was really hard. People just like judge you. And it's hard with people you don't know that well, because obviously your friends know. My friends knew why I wasn't drinking, but say if I went on a date, like I had some sober dates, and they were like, why aren't you drinking? I just made up some excuse. Said I was pregnant once. That wasn't that funny. But not having the additional anxiety of a hangover the next morning was definitely really helpful. I know what I can take, and I know when I will feel shit the next morning, and I don't want that to happen. I was with a friend the other day, and we were reminiscing. Sorry, water. I used to hate sparkling water. I couldn't understand how people could drink it. And then I read this random thing one day online that said sparkling water was good for anxiety. I mean, bullshit. So I started drinking it, and now I love it. I honestly don't know where I am. I keep interrupting myself. I think I was talking about, I was with a friend, right? Yeah. I was with a friend the other week, and we were talking about, reminiscing about old nights we used to have. We used to get really drunk and stay out till like 5 and whatever. She was like, oh, I miss that, Emily. What the fuck is that? I'm still here. Like, I'm still the same person. I just don't get smashed all the time. That comment genuinely made me feel a bit upset. So for anyone who thinks about making someone feel bad about not having that next drink, or who doesn't want that shot, you don't know what they're going through. You have no idea. The last thing that I struggled with, being indecisive. I cannot tell you how much I struggled with this. And I still have remnants of it now, I won't lie to you. I honestly couldn't decide anything. It could be as small as, am I going to go to that gig tonight, or should I go and see my friend? Or it can be as big as, should I quit my job? I did quit. It was the best decision I ever made. And for people around you, and for the people around me, I think this was really annoying. Like, make a fucking decision, woman! As much as I wanted to, every decision, big or small, felt monumental. Even though I rationally knew it wasn't, I literally couldn't make decisions. I think people watching this who haven't had anxiety probably think this one is probably a bit of a weird one. If you kind of do a bit of a Google or whatever, it's actually, being indecisive is quite a big thing for anxiety. I often spend a good few hours deciding on whether I should go out on a Friday night or whether I should just chill, because, I mean, this is kind of how my mind works. I like to stay in more than going out. Give me a movie and a takeaway at home over going to a bar any fucking day. But I'm single, so I think, oh well, I should probably go out because my future husband might be there. But then I'm like, oh, I don't really want to go out though. Should I make myself go out just in case he's there? But then I'm like, oh, but if he is there and you don't meet him, you're gonna die alone. Do you see? So if you do know someone that's suffering, and you feel like it's annoying that they can't make a decision, and you can see they're being really indecisive, just let it be, guys. Don't get angry. Don't tell them that they should make a decision because they already know they should. They're having a tough time, so just roll with it and just let them do their thing. Because they will make a decision eventually. It just takes me a really long time to get to that. Okay, so those are my 4 top things that I struggled with. I would love to know if you guys agree with any of my points. I'm sure there's loads you can add. There are loads of more things that I struggled with, but I just picked the top 4. I love making these videos. I like having a conversation about anxiety, so make sure you comment down below. I never say please subscribe, but it really does help. So if you've forgotten to subscribe, just press the button. And we can all have a good old chat about how fucked up we are. I really have been trying to swear less on my channel, but it's when I talk about anxiety, it just makes me swear. I don't know why. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Talking about being indecisive, making decisions, and then feeling really important. I don't normally watch anything by Oprah Winfrey, but she has this amazing interview that she spoke about decisions and how nothing no decision really matters. It's amazing, and actually I found it really, really helpful. So I'm gonna leave a link to the video down below. So check that out. I hope you find it as helpful as I did. Can't really speak anymore, can I? This illness is screwing with my brain. Check out the link, let me know what you think. That rhymes. Bye!